howdy, hey everybody, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. And today, we're picking up back inside of Camp McCarran in the concourse area. And I guess we'll be dealing with Contreras and the other two quests. I believe it's two more that are also down there. So let's get right into it. And coming over to the cafeteria area, over here, let's go ahead and talk to...
If you need anything, just give me a holler.
Corporal William Faber.
Listen, asshole, I know you're not really an N.C.R. health inspector, so you can cut the restaurant critique routine. And I want my 50 caps back, because I looked it up and there ain't no disease called colorectal implosion syndrome. So I paid you to look the other way for nothing. Wait, you're not... Oh, wow, I'm sorry. You look just like... Never mind, sorry. So what can I serve you up?
And yeah, is there a health inspector bothering you?
That's nothing. You just look like the health inspector who stopped through for the yearly inspection a couple of weeks back. I was hoping I wouldn't have to wait another 11 months to see his crooked ass to get my caps back. Ah, well. Anything I can get you?
Yeah, you got anything to eat?
Oh, yeah. You can order up anything you want. As long as it's corn or beans. Just kidding. Haven't you heard? With a few shipments from home and a little variety, the troops are getting restless for some quality grub. You can only do so much as a chef with just corn, beans, onions, and peppers.
Yeah, can anything be done to help improve your supplies?
Well, we haven't had any quality meat in months. Everyone in the camp just eating beans for protein. It isn't pretty. Some of my kitchen machinery is broken down too, so we've been eating mostly raw vegetables. And I'm desperate for spices or seasonings. Anything, just something for the general mood around here.
Yeah, where do you suggest I find meat in the amount you would need in a situation like this?
It doesn't need to all come from the same source. There are a bunch of different vendors around who sell meat. Fitz, the Nashes, Crimson Caravan. We've never really tried to go out and organize deals with merchants to supply our food. Already having an overstock of food, we haven't needed to. But we really need some good old red meat on the menu soon. So I'm willing to divert some caps in their direction if they're open to supplying us.
Yeah, what parts do you need to fix your food processor?
Here's the list. We've been scrapping together quick fixes to keep it running for months. I think it finally crapped out and needs a full overhaul. It's the goofy machine behind the counter in the corner next to the stove. I'd be much obliged if you could take a look at it and get it fixed up.
Yeah, where might I find these parts?
I don't know. Try the various traders around the waste. Or the pawn shop in West Side might have some parts. Oh, I've heard of a place called House Tools you could check out. It's an old factory on the north side of Vegas. Just a word of warning, though. I hear no one who goes in there comes back out. Could be traps, crazy robots, or who knows what's in that place.
Alright, and where should I look for spices?
The Crimson Caravan would probably be able to arrange a regular shipment, but I don't know of any spices known to improve mood. Hell, we have a whole research department. One guy's even set up in the main terminal building. They're the ones who ought to be looking into it.
So we can hit yes, or repair 80, we can jury rig it to work again. So let's just see what happens. So I hit yes. Oh yeah, I forgot. We got a list, I think. 2 pilot lights, 2 pressure cookers, 2 conductors. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just use repair 80, I think. Success. Bypassing several broken redundant co-processors using nothing more than bobby pins, tape, and a trooper's Swiss Army knife, you managed to get the machine running. Sweet. Alright, we can try out a trader named Fitz for meat. So, okay, we'll check him out. That's up at the road, or down the road from the Gunrunners, or something like that.
The Crimson Caravan would probably be able to... Hell, we have a whole research department. One guy's even set up in the main terminal building. They're the ones who ought to be looking into it.
I want to thank you for bringing me to Bitter Springs. Things seem clearer now.
Alright, so Boone is thanking us for, bringing him to Bitter Springs and all, but I think for now, we are going to part ways, and I'm going to go grab Arcade Gannon from Freeside real quick. And yes, while we have Arcade with us now, I'm also going to go ahead and stop by the Silver Rush so we can open up this vendor finally. Oh.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to search you before letting you in. The only weapons allowed on the premises are the ones we're selling.
Alright, search away.
It should only take a moment. There. I've stored all of your weapons. You're clear to enter. When you leave, I'll hand them all back to you.
Mr. Soren, please get...
That's a lot of energy weapons. Brings back some interesting memories.
Yeah, do the followers use a lot of energy weapons?
Energy weapons? Of course not. I mean, but we study all sorts of science and technology, so, you know, you just kind of get familiar with them. Yeah.
To the point.
Alright,
The
Arcade.
second half of your payment is late,
But,
and I want to know why.
Let's see what's going on down here.
Miss Van Graff, my associates and I have decided that we wish to renegotiate the terms of our deal.
Might I ask for what reason? The shipment was delivered. The guns were tested before leaving this facility.
Regardless, we feel that the quality of the weapons is below expectation and hope to adjust the price accordingly.
Ah, I think I understand what the issue here is. Excuse me for a moment, would you? Do it. Never break faith with the Van Graffs, Mr. Soren. I expect you'll have the rest of our payment ready tomorrow morning. Okay, everyone. Show's over. Back to work.
Alright, yeah. A little demonstration of power here by the Silver Rush gang leader, Gloria Van Graff. Let's go ahead and talk to her real quick.
Welcome to the Silver Rush, where only top-of-the-line energy weapons can be found. What can I do for you?
And looking at her vendor inventory, she does have a lot of the unique weapons added from the DLC Gunrunner's arsenal. So keep that in mind before you progress any deeper with certain quests in the game. Yeah, just make sure to pick these up first, because apparently they're supposed to respawn at the Brotherhood and other vendors in the game, but they don't, at least for me on the Xbox 360 version. I haven't done it on PC with all my my modded patches and stuff, so maybe, but I'm not going to take the chance here. That's why I've been saving up everything in crates in, you know, the big empty apartment we got, so we can trade here and get all the energy weapons. And now that we have 100 barter, they're fairly cheap, so it won't take too many trips back and forth to clean out of her goods. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back out of here, because now we are going to report back to the RepCon headquarters just for a second. I know it's curfew and whatnot, so we'll probably get talked to by Mr. Handy.
I've read about RepCon. I think they did some work with the the government before the war. Rockets and some energy weapon prototypes, I think.
Yeah, what kind of prototypes?
Plasma rifles. They were intended to replace the P-94 plasma caster. There was some corporate espionage going on between Poseidon Energy's Project Semele and whatever was going on here.
Yeah, how do you know so much about this again?
Stop thinking so much. Thanks.
And yeah, so Arcade's backstory coming out a little more here. Something about pre-war government history of weaponry and technology. But yeah, let's go back on the road of our quest that we currently have and get back to McCarran. Alright, back here in McCarran and this little science office down here that I teased, I think last episode. We're actually going to be returning to this time and talking to Thomas Hildern here. But we got to make sure Arcade's in the room with us, because I don't want him to, you know, not get the trigger for his own quest, of course. Arcade?
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22?
No, this is the first time I've heard anything about Vault 22.
No, they wouldn't have briefed you, would they? Probably better that our junior fellows stay within the bounds of their pay grade anyway. Vault 22. Where to begin?
Yeah, save the sales pitch. Just tell me what to do.
All right, straight to the point. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlocked the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
Alright. I'll do it.
Good. No need to check in with the N.C.R. authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Alright. Anything else I should know?
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course.
Tell me more about the OSI.
The Office of Science and Industry. It's a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but I'm sure I'd bore you. Suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the N.C.R. Our work focuses on practical matters: medicine, engineering, biology. The dam, for instance. OSI routes its energy supply to our cities in the West. That's only one responsibility of this office.
Yeah, you said you were the director of OSI?
Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas in my head. No, I direct our Eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have. But I've found some promising leads.
Yeah, what's up with the food shortage in the N.C.R.?
Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so.
Hildern is a good example of big picture obsession gone too far. At some point, he became so fixated on large-scale results that he lost the concept of the common good along the way. It's an inhumane kind of public service when people and the basic resources they need become numbers in a ledger.
Yeah, good thing there's still people like you around then.
Kind of you to say, but there are better people than me around here. I just hope the followers can make a difference in the long run.
And yeah, so we unlock a little more about Arcade's history, but let's go ahead and enter here.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but did he give you a job?
Yes, ma'am. You asked about some data from Vault 22?
I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildern sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs?
No, Hildern didn't mention anyone else.
But now he's hired you, which means one of two things. Either he heard back from Keeley, and she failed, or he's given up on her. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich, not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc, but I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead.
Alright, yeah, I'll look for her.
I had a good feeling about you. Moment you walked in. I mean it.
So yeah, apparently there was a bunch of other people, and recently a scientist named Keeley. So, see if Hildern has anything to say about this.
Yes? Something else you needed?
Yeah, I'm not the first person you sent to do this, am I?
I never said you were. You've been speaking to Williams, haven't you?
Yes, I have. What difference does that make?
Not at all. Informed speculation on my part. Williams is very good at her job, so it remains secure, despite her best efforts. No, you aren't the first person I've sent to the vault. I'm sorry that I neglected to tell you, but I don't see how it makes any difference.
Yeah, how many exactly have you sent to this vault?
I'd have to consult my records. 8? 10? Your point is what?
Yeah, no, I prefer to know what I'm getting myself into, is all.
You want certainty? You'll never find it, especially not in the pursuit of science. Take my advice. Forget about Williams. She's a talented researcher, but she doesn't understand people, and she can't see the big picture. Now, I know your time is valuable, so I won't waste any more of it. Feel free to show yourself out.
And yeah, kind of a cold take there from Dr. Hildern, but nonetheless, let's check the Pip-Boy out and see our new job. Alright, yes, enter Vault 22 and download the data, and optional task, find Keeley. So, and we also gotta keep in mind to find the meat while we're out as well, so we'll stop by the Gulp stop. Where was it at? I said it was up here by the gun owners. Let me see if I'm lying. Oh, nope, it's right here outside of McCarran, actually behind it. So, let's go ahead and make a stop there. Now, I am going to warn you, this place is a Legion hit squad spawn hotspot, so go ahead and get ready for combat when you arrive, because Fitz will likely
now
get hurt.
You will serve as an example to all
we
who
finally
dare
get talked
oppose
to by one of these
Caesar's
guys.
Legion. Defend yourself.
And yeah, pretty formidable as we've seen, so I'm going to go ahead and just do everything in my power to try and salvage Fitz and his rest stop here and try to make some sort of deal with the N.C.R. on their behalf. Go ahead and pull out our big iron here. Oh, yikes. Go ahead and give Medicine Stick a shot. Let's see if are they behind or on top of the bridge? Ah. Nice. Oh, yikes. And with that, I think we have successfully defended Fitz's rest stop and grabbing Gulp. So, let's go ahead and take word with him. But, let's go ahead and see what's up.
Welcome back to the Grub and Gulp.
Yeah, McCarran is looking for a regular delivery of meat from local merchants.
Really? Well, I obviously couldn't supply enough to feed the entire camp, but I'm game. What kind of caps are we talking here?
Yeah, they have tons of vegetables and water. Ever thought about expanding your business here?
Expanding isn't a bad idea. Maybe I could open up a small cafe restaurant with a more diverse inventory. If I get a big delivery brought in, I'll be sure to send a good chunk of it off to McCarran right away. Tell Faber I'll try and have the first shipment sorted in a week or two. Anything else I can do for you?
Alright, and yeah, looking at Fitz's inventory here. Got some N.C.R. $5 bills, Brahmin steak, Echo steak, an assortment of meat, only one of each. Not sure how often it recycles or re-rolls, or if he has a chance to have more, but interesting little thing here I don't think many people see. Let's go ahead and head out though. Alright, and down here in Vault 22's food production, this little area here is a cutoff, the terminal, but there's some food additive nearby. Alright, and up here in Pest Control, we find the terminal. Download research data. Let's go ahead and do that. But I do want to go ahead and find Keeley as well, so let's push through. And after journeying through a hole in the wall, we find ourselves in a huge open area with some enemies. Alright, and after all the fighting, here we are. Oh. Keeley.
Took your sweet time. I suppose the N.C.R. sent you?
And yes, Angela asked me to come find you.
She's such a dear. Not like that pompous little pedant she works for. But that's neither here nor there. These plants have gotten completely out of control. I've got a plan to deal with them, but I'll need your help.
Alright, I'm glad to help.
Good. Meet me on the second level, and I'll explain what needs to be done.
Back on level 2 here. Let's go ahead and speak with Keeley once again.
Good, you're here. Ready to begin?
Yeah, how can I help out?
Time is of the essence, so I'll be brief. This place is filled with spores that are toxic to humans, and we need to get rid of them. I've pumped the vault full of a highly flammable gas that, once ignited, should destroy the vast majority of spores. There's one problem, though. The gas becomes semi-inert on exposure to oxygen. meaning the gas will have to be ignited close to where it's being introduced. I need you to find the vents where the gas is being pumped and ignite it. Oh, and survive the resulting blast.
Alright, sounds dangerous, but I got it.
Good. Return to me when it's done.
And yeah, make sure you grab those grenades like I did earlier because, yep, we gotta blow them up. Alright, let's go ahead and get our companions to come inside and wait right here. And let's go ahead and save. And try to close the door really quick. Alright, nice. Let's go back to the second level. Alright, hello, Keely.
Ah, good. You survived. I was beginning to think you hadn't. You'll be pleased to know that the spores should no longer be a problem. Now all that's left is to ensure that none of this ever happens again. The research that led to these abominations must be erased.
Alright, what needs to be done?
I've managed to create a connection to the Vault's backup system from here. I just have to remotely delete all the files, and we're done here.
Alright, will it take long?
No, it shouldn't take all that long. Just a few more moments, and that's strange. The system says that the files were accessed recently and copied to an external source. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
No. I've been too busy rescuing you. Could someone else have done that?
It's possible. I've spent the last few days in a cave, after all. For all we know, that man sent someone immediately after you to swipe the data while you posed as mantis bait. Nothing to be done about it, I suppose. All we can do is delete what's here, and that's done. I've unlocked the door, so you're free to run along now. Although it pains me to say it, I wouldn't have made it out of here without your help. If you're heading back toward McCarran, tell Dr. Williams that she has my thanks as well.
Alright, nice. We lost some karma, gained some karma, but let's go ahead and get out of here. Also, don't forget to grab your companions. Also, real quick, looking at Eddie's dialogue, yeah, we can do some skill checks with him. But we're actually going to stop by the 188 trading post on our way back to McCarran to talk to Veronica.
No offense, but you look like you've traveled a long way down some bad roads. Where'd you come from?
And yeah, Good Springs.
Wow, you have come a long way then. I've never been there, but I've met some traders who pass that way. Well, welcome then. I'm Veronica. I live in a hole in the ground.
Live in a hole in the ground?
Well, a bunker, if you want to get technical. I think it sounds more interesting my way. But I'm not there much anymore. I'm usually out here picking up food and supplies for my family, whatever they need.
So you just leave your family in the bunker?
Yeah, I'm not worried. They can handle themselves. But somebody has to get the groceries, know what I mean? And actually these days, I think they'd rather have me out here anyway. But that's a whole other story. So listen, can I ask you something on the level?
Yeah, go ahead.
I had a run-in with this group calling themselves the Brotherhood of Steel. Pretty strange bunch. Do you know anything about them?
I say they're usually pretty harmless unless you use advanced technology around them.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem for me. I can't afford anything like that. Hey, so where are you headed anyway?
Go where I'm needed.
Guess we have that in common then. I'll be honest. You're the first person I've run across out here that looks like he can really handle himself. There are places I've never been to that'd be too dangerous for just me. What do you think? Maybe we could travel together. Help each other out.
Alright, let's travel in.
Now you're talking. One thing you should know first, though. I ask you about the Brotherhood because I'm one of them. I know, but I had to know how you react when I told you. We have made a lot of enemies. You still okay bringing me along?
Yeah, actually, I'm more comfortable now, especially knowing you've had training at least.
Well, thanks for taking a chance on a naive young girl from California with stars in her eyes and a pneumatic gauntlet on her hand. Let's hit the road, huh?
Yes, but we'll describe assistant perk now. What are your goals, though, exactly?
I want a dress.
A dress? That's it?
Yeah, a good one. Something elegant and classy, you know? But still stylish. Something that's eye-catching and sexy, but also says, don't fuck with me. I keep hoping I'll come across some old world designer gown when I'm scavenging, but it never happens. Maybe I should move back to California.
And yeah, just for now, especially, we are going to be giving Veronica the U.S. Army combat gear, just so she stands a little more against the enemies here in the game.
There's a lot more troops here than we thought. No wonder we couldn't hold Helios 1.
And yeah, bringing her here, she'll make a comment on their mark on the map here at McCarran. But let's return to Dr. Hildern and his assistant here.
Keeley just called in. You should have heard the director. But wait up. Now look here. She wouldn't let him finish a sentence. Just reamed him out for sending all those people to the vault. I've never seen his face so red and twitchy. Thanks for keeping her safe. Here's the caps I promised. I knew I had a good feeling about you.
Alright, there we go. A nice little payment from Angela, but let's talk to Hildern.
I received a pleasant call from Dr. Keeley. It seems we have you to thank for keeping her alive. Very charitable of you.
And yeah, I've brought the data from Vault 22.
Wonderful. Excellent work. Let me see it. It'll take a moment to decode on my terminal.
By the way, that vault was just as dangerous as Williams thought.
I don't see how that's relevant. The dangers of the vault were your business, not mine. The only question is whether the data is still intact. I think Williams' decryption algorithms seem to be working. Yes, here it is. The data is mostly uncorrupted. This will make the board of directors finally sit up and take notice. Here then, as promised, an agreeable sum payable upon delivery of the data. You've more than done your part.
Yeah, I'd be careful with that data though. You didn't see those plants.
Your concerns are perfectly understandable, but I assure you, they're entirely misplaced. We would never use technology that wasn't fully tested. We aren't some motley band of vault alchemists. We're with the government, for goodness sake. Have a little faith in us.
And yeah, again, leaving Hildern less than satisfied with his final words, but let's report back to Corporal Williams about the food situation. Alright, hello?
Hey, back for seconds, huh?
Yeah, I fixed your food processor. Well, actually, I found a merchant named Fitz who agreed to sell meat to McCarran.
Great. What he sells might be a bit gamey, but I can use it for stews and kebabs.
Yeah, and I fixed the food processor as well.
Amazing. I thought that thing was done for. That'll help me transform what I can offer the troops. I'll give you a little extra discount the next time you buy food from me. Thanks again.
But for some reason, he's not taking my food additive or anything, but it's whatever. But I feel like it's been a lot going on in one episode for today. So as always, guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. Share around with your friends if you think that also enjoys some content. And as always, I've been Cowboy Fitz here with you today. I will see you guys next time.
First we contact Camp Forlorn Hope. Now we got a chance to hold it.